I mean, shit, what if a guy said, I need a fucking 5'7", no shorter, under 180, fucking slim, thick bitch? I'm pretty sure, like, the chuz would be a little hurt by that.
Welcome back to this week's episode of Unquestionable, the podcast. You got your boy Chris, Bucci,
the Dooch,
Boii B, K3, like always.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you guys doing? We live from LA. How you guys doing?
Live from LA.
We live from LA. Drop the location. Baddies pull up.
Nah.
Baddies pull up.
Nah, we were supposed to have a special guest for y'all, not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
But he's in Vegas right now.
Hey, but you win
Chill,
some, you lose
Shout out to
some.
him.
hey, it's
We were
all
supposed
part
to-
of the struggle.
Yeah, it
all part of the
happens. What are
struggle.
you
We
gonna
still
do?
make it happen.
Hey,
We still made
be
the
in
best
Vegas
of it.
too. I'll be in Vegas too.
We're in Vegas too, for sure. We made
Nah.
the best of it coming out here. We got a vlog coming out for y'all. We
Shout out to the boy Zach the dude. He's in the building.
Zach
Yes,
the dude's
sir.
here. Yeah,
Shout out
follow
Zach
him
the
on the
dude.
gram,
Yeah.
Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram.
Hey.
Check that guy out.
He's out
Shout out
there.
to boy for real.
No.
Could have had him on the pod, but I guess he wasn't feeling too good.
No. But also, we don't really have that much space. It's not like we could have done nothing.
But we out here, boys. Day 24 hours in
LA.
LA.
Yeah.
First 48.
How do you guys feel about it? Like, you guys
know.
feel like it's wasted, or do
I
you
was kind of
guys?
scared because
I was having a
Kanye
good
West
time.
said don't come to LA. So
Who said that?
No, it just feels like a business trip. That's what it feels like.
I'm on vacation.
Business is business.
shit? My wife,
Standing
my
on
kids, they're all at
business.
home, so I'm free right now.
This guy.
You guys are stupid. No, but for real, do you guys feel like we kind of like? I don't know. I don't necessarily feel like it's a waste of time. Like, we're still gonna get the vlog. We're still gonna, make the most out of it. But I mean, we rented this spot. Came all
I'll
the
tell
way
you
out
what.
Yeah.
here. Just found
I'm
out.
on vacation. All right.
I feel like I ultimately got to make the most out of it. That's all we can do.
I feel like I'm in Miami going up another notch right now, bro.
We turning up another night. It's not notch. It's turning
night.
up another night.
Not notch.
Sounds like a notch.
I think Apple
there's
Music.
there's some
Yeah.
dialogue on it saying like.
I think
is it
Apple
night or
Music even
notch?
has notch, but clearly he's saying turn up another notch.
Yeah.
that does,
I'm pretty
like,
sure it's
makes
night,
sense,
yeah.
but
But
like,
turn up
yeah.
another night. We in Miami turning up turn up another notch.
Like how?
Well, we were turning up another night for sure.
We turn up, dude. Last night
we were turning.
Sid
up,
was getting
yeah.
disrespectful. I don't know what got into him.
Yeah, Chris was,
It was
drinking.
crazy.
Hey, well, I was low key. I'll be honest. I was pissed that we were getting ghosted. So I was just more of like, fuck
He was
it.
trying to drink it.
Bartender.
Drinking.
Another one.
He said, "Bartender, I really did it this time." You guys don't know that song? I know. I'm sorry.
Missed one right over our heads. Brother.
I know. It happens though. You win some, you lose some.
Shout out Morgan Wallen though.
But shout him out, bro. The new
Shout him
album
out.
dropped.
Come on,
Shit's
35
fire, bro.
songs.
He's not coming to SAC. I'm upset about that.
He's going to
Santa Clara.
Amphitheater. Yeah, what's it called Toyota.
Is he?
He probably going to
Wheeling?
Levi Stadium.
Wheeling. Yeah, he's going to Wheeling.
Oh, he's going to Wheeling?
Yeah,
Oh, I gotta find the tickets. I didn't see that.
Shit, they're like $600.
I'll be there, baby.
You go?
I would be listening to Morgan
Yeah.
Wallen.
I'd go for the fucking huzz, bro.
They're gonna be there for surely.
That's crazy.
But he's a dope guy for sure.
No, that's crazy. But let's get right into it, guys. I got a first
Yes, sir.
question. The first question
Whip
I
it
have
out.
for you
Question
guys.
from LA.
Pause.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Live from LA.
We got unquestionable.
Come on.
No, but the first question is, are men even allowed to have standards anymore?
No.
We hear all these, conversations about you got to be 6 foot, 100K,
6
all these type of
foot,
things,
that's
obviously.
Yeah.
But
All these
You
fucking
know.
requirements.
let's flip the script and ask, like,
Flip the scripter.
can men technically have the same type of standards, or is it looked at in a way?
I
mean-
think you'll get canceled or judged if you had standards.
I don't have the craziest
Personally.
of standards though. That's the thing though. And for them to have standards like on me, it's like, well, shit, bitch, I'm out here trying.
Well, you can't say you don't have the craziest of standards because it's not like you're just gonna go out.
Okay.
And you know what I'm
okay.
saying? Like, you're not just gonna go out and be like, first girl that talks to me, I like her.
Yeah,
like,
I know, you're
no,
right,
you have
you're right.
certain set of standards. Like, you have to define your set of standards. Like,
shout
whether
out
it's
to the
like,
boy Aaron Plummer because he said they not qualified and they got mad at the boy.
no,
Shout out to
but,
the Tool 9.
but like you either have to be attracted to this girl or she has to be a certain type of way, carry herself a certain type of way. Obviously, men can have standards, in my opinion. But
I think so. But I think the internet would probably
Yeah.
beg to differ.
Shit,
Can we have as strict of standards? I don't think so.
I think
I don't
obviously
think
everybody could have standards, but I think once they start getting like very, very strict, then that's when people might start feeling like they're overdoing it.
Yeah.
Like everybody has to eat, to each their own. Like,
Yeah.
they can have whatever they like, what they
You like
desire,
what you
and stuff
like.
like that. But
I
if
like
it
'em
starts
all.
getting too crazy, then that's when it starts getting like.
I like them all. I love them all.
Yeah.
No, but be realistic. Like, what, can men have standards, or do you think that it's like, you think it's acceptable to have standards, or do you think like we are held to a double standard in a sense? I
think
guess
it's a
that's the
double
question
standard.
that we're
I think it's a double standard.
asking. You think it's a double standard? Elaborate on it.
Because if I had a type, I'd probably get canceled for it.
What does that mean to you though?
I mean, shit, what if a guy said, I need a fucking 5'7", no shorter, under 180, fucking slim, thick bitch? I'm pretty sure, like, the chuz would be a little hurt by that. Hey, don't get me wrong. I love me some chuz.
That's crazy.
They need love too, and I'm here to give it. I got more than enough to go around, I'll tell you what. But I'd tell you what, like, some people that be called or viewed maybe a little shallow, maybe a little fat phobic, maybe a little fucking biased. Like, I don't know, but hey, women can say you got to make 100K or you got to be 6 foot. Shout out to my short kings out there still pulling these baddies.
All those type of things, yeah.
Dude, my coworker told me this. He's like, how can a girl say something about me and not make as much as me? And I didn't go to college. And she's over here went to college, has her degree, not making as much as me. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy to think. Yeah, because I didn't go to college and I'm over here cashing out. And I guess he was rocking with a shorty who went to college and she just didn't have her shit together, but would always bash him about like, he didn't have this, and this, and this.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, you went to college and you're over here making $2 over minimum wage. You're hating on me for the wrong reasons.
No.
And I was like, damn, that's crazy to think about. Because me, I never think about like money like that. Like if you make what you make and that's fine or whatever,
Yeah.
And for him to say that, I was like, wow, that's crazy. So if a shorty ever hit me with something like that, I'd be like, well, I didn't go to college.
No, but I'll be honest.
Everybody got different routes. And shit to make money.
And
either way,
no,
you
for
graduate
sure,
or you
yeah.
didn't graduate,
And does that stuff define you? Ultimately, does your journey like define who you are? Like, I don't necessarily think so. Like, just me speaking. But I do think, I'll be honest, I don't know if this is unpopular or what, but I do think that there's a certain double standard that should be upheld for women in a sense where, in a certain way, we hold them to a little bit more. Like, we could talk to them a way we can't talk to men or just things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to that, I do think that it's more just normalized for a woman to be very picky and have all these lists of things that a man has to amount to before he's worthy of her time. Whereas for us guys, sometimes,
might be more like physical. Or
you'll
something.
you'll be looked at like negatively if you're like too picky, or if you're, you might be looked at like, oh, he's choosy, or oh, he don't take nobody serious. But it's like, no, realistically, I just don't want to take anything serious, you know what I'm saying?
And sometimes those standards often kind of hinder. Sometimes you either get to that point, where they might let it slide, or you actually get to the point where it's just like, oh, like I can't even get past it, So just depends.
Shit, if I can't get past it, I'm gonna stay another few months and see if it gets better.
He gonna make it work. Yeah.
And those few months, they compound to more few months and more few months, and you never leave.
I'm stuck right now.
What?
Oh my God, you're crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm playing.
In live from Los Angeles.
I'm playing. I'm very happy right now.
Oh my goodness.
No,
You heard it here first, folks.
no, but to keep it on, we got Men's Mental Health Month, so we'll keep it on the
That's
topic for a little
crazy.
bit longer. Are men taught to love, or are men taught to provide?
It's like a balance of it both.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of skewed, like not skewed, but I think I'm kind of in the middle.
I don't know. I might have a skewed opinion, but I feel like partly as a man, you're taught like
like both.
providing is showing love, like in a sense.
No,
So it's like sometimes somebody might look at you and be like, hey, you need to do these small gestures to show me you still care. But you're looking at it as like, dude, I do this. I take care of you. I make sure that, and you think that it's like understood, you know what I'm saying? But to them, they might look at it as like a different way. Like you're not showing them in other ways. Maybe you're not open emotionally as much or this, that, you know, it could be just different things. So I do think in a sense, we're kind of taught like providing is love. Like that's just my thought process. Like from a young age, you're taught like, even if you have a sister, if you have a mom, like, oh, you don't do that or open the door for them or this, that, the other. You know what I'm saying? You're taught certain things at a young age. And I feel like that kind of like translates later into your life. So sometimes to us, we might look at that providing as love, but are we taught to genuinely like love in a sense? Like, what do you guys think about that?
What does that mean exactly? What are you trying to tell me?
Define that. Break it
like,
down.
what is love to
you? Is
you
it
guys?
adjective, verb, adjective, verb, or a noun?
No, like what is showing love? Is it, you know what I'm saying?
I guess just like being there for them and just really getting to know them and really asking them like, you know, how you're doing, how you're feeling, truly, you know?
Yeah.
In the sense of more than just providing. Because anybody could just provide and take care of you, but like, are you really taking care of this person? You know what I'm saying? Like, you getting to really know them. You really getting to find out like what's going down with them when you're not with them. Like, what are they battling on the outside or whatever maybe, you know?
Looking deeper than just like you got a roof over your head, food in your mouth.
Exactly like how you said, like, is it providing just enough? And it's like, no, sometimes it's not, you know? Sometimes they want to talk. And you got to listen, you know? And so I have a bad problem with that was listening. Like, I'll listen for a good while and I'm just like, oh my goodness. You know? But it's
what
like,
did I get myself into?
But at the same time, though, it's like when I'm spitting my shit out, it's like I want somebody to listen to me too. So it's like you got to be able to reciprocate the same love you're trying to receive, trying to give and receiving.
I mean, how do we like...
And then give it again.
Yes, sir.
How do we like I don't know, reverse engineer or something, those thoughts or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do we kind of open our mind to thinking about love in a different way for those that might be thinking that?
That's where you just got to do your own and your own study of how to better yourself of doing that if you're not already good at it, you know?
Yeah.
Because
I genuinely think that part of it is like everybody's definition of love and like how to show love and everything is going to differ person to person.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
some people might be more affectionate.
Everybody
some people
has
might
different
be,
examples of what they're able to do for people and stuff too. Like people might have like good examples. Somebody might, you know, some people might figure it out by themselves or some shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
So just like, I don't know, like you're obviously taught as a man, like from people or just, you know, who you are as a man to provide and how you do that and execute that is, you know,
based on yourself. Yeah. And I feel like that's part of it, you know, it's just basically like how you view even providing. Some people provide in just a physical state. Some people provide financially. Yeah. Some people provide emotionally. And I guess a lot of it is just person to person. There's no generic answer.
Yeah, it's how the both of you work, I guess, huh?
Yeah, because everybody gives and receives love different ways,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, because sometimes you might not see it as working out for you, but for them it works out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So it's like ultimately comes down to, I don't think that we're taught necessarily to provide or love. I just think that some of us are conditioned to feel like loving is providing in a sense sometimes.
I was taught to provide. Me personally.
No, so expand on that.
Walk us through this.
I'm old school,
Provide,
bro.
no love.
I'm old school. I think.
I feel like I know where you're coming from.
Controversy aside, I think growing up and being raised and what I was taught as a youngster was like the man of the house provides everything. And that's not to say that he doesn't provide love and all that good stuff too. But I think that's the main focus. And I think if you love someone enough, then the providing comes first. And then, I mean, like the rest kind of just blankets over that. You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
But the main priority, I think, is making sure that the ones you love the most are secured.
Yeah. No, and I agree ultimately because when it comes down to like bare necessities and like the most, I guess, necessary like things you need, essential things you need in life, like you have to be able to provide that, to provide a safe space to even, you know, cultivate a family or these different things. So I do agree. Same with him is that like as a man, you have to kind of provide that foundation, try to set the roots as best you can. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, part of providing is also the emotional side and other things. So I wouldn't say that we're just taught to provide financially.
Oh yeah, no, of course
things
not.
of that nature.
It's just a mindset too.
Yeah.
It's
Mindset, and I think priorities really come into play.
No, definitely.
But I mean, that same shit is like, do you guys believe in like love language, or what? If you do, what's your love language?
No, I definitely think that, like, because we were even talking about how everybody gives and receives love differently. I think we're all skewed to thinking like our way of loving is like everybody's way of loving, but I don't think that's true. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Unpopular opinion. I don't think there's such thing as a love language. Like how he just said, I think if you really love somebody and that if you're really doing anything that you're doing out of love for somebody is like, that's out of your heart. That's out of just because you love that person so much.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, the person on the other end, like Chris said, everyone has a different opinion on it or perception of it. And they could be like, oh, well, that's not how I would do it. But then, fuck, nobody's the same. Like, you know what I mean? Not everyone thinks like you. But then they'd be like, well, that's not my love language. My love language is this. And then you're kind of just sitting there like, oh, fuck. So I just fucked up, even though I just was trying to be nice or shit like that. Yeah. I personally don't think it exists. I think if you love somebody, and like you take what that person is and offers you as a whole, unless like they're treating you like shit, obviously. But
to counter your point, I agree with what you're saying, but I think that love language, I don't say love languages don't exist. I think like current perspective of love languages are very skewed and stuff, like where it's like you cater to certain love languages rather than understanding.
Okay, I'll give you that.
You know what I'm saying? Like just understanding what your partner views as is love to them. Like I think everybody has that.
It's very subjective.
You get what I'm saying? Like I do think everybody has that like sense of like, you know, love language of like, okay, this is what I view is love. This is what I view is thoughtfulness and consideration. And I think it's important to try to understand that as a partner, but I do think it's very skewed where it's like, no, you have to meet me where I'm at. You rather than just like,
that's exactly what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Like, 100%. No, I definitely agree with that. Like, you can't just say like, this is who I am. This is how I love.
And
like,
if it's anything other than that, then it's like, that's the kind of shit that I'm just like, I don't even know if you're understanding what you're saying right now.
No, definitely. I would definitely agree with that.
But that's my tangent on that.
No,
everybody has different love languages, in my opinion. I think that everybody, I don't know, I think that's just a way of kind of expressing to like how you wish to, you know, be loved and seen, heard, whatever the fuck you feel, you know? So I don't know. I think it's a communicative way to express kind of like the routes and how you're feeling and stuff. So
no, yeah, me too, and stuff like that.
Stuff like that.
No, and I also think part of like feeling loved is feeling just seen. So I think a big part of that is just understanding and just trying to, at least attempting or like giving that effort, because ultimately, like, you know, love is an action and things of that nature, I guess.
Also, disclaimer, I've been through 3 marriages already, so don't take any love advice from me.
That's crazy.
Damn your ass.
No, speaking about love though, you know, what comes with love is some red flags. Everybody got them. What are red flags that low-key turn you guys on?
Turn me on?
Yeah, what are some red flags that be like, that piques my interest a little bit? I know it's bad for me, but
I know it's bad for me.
Like, for example, I'll be honest. If I look at a girl and she's kind of unapproachable, I don't like want her to be unapproachable towards me, but shit, I like if you're unapproachable, because I don't want everybody to just feel like they could, like, you know, push up on you, talk to, you know, just things like that. Like, what are red flags that, you know, attract you guys?
I love me a little crazy.
What does that mean to you?
I don't even know, but the second they show that they're a little bit crazy, I'll be like,
He's like, she'll ride for me. She'll die for me.
I don't know.
Funny.
Who'd you like? I need me when they're gonna take the charge.
Like if you're not tripping on me when I'm playing 2K at like 9 p.m. at the boys' house, what are you even doing?
Do you even love me?
Do you even care about me like that?
So that's the thing. Like, some people view that as
not gonna
love.
ask me if I'm out here with bitches.
Yeah. No, some people view that as love. So elaborate on that. Like, why is that? You know what I'm saying? Why is that so conditioned to make us think that means somebody cares about us, as if they're worried about us? Like,
I don't even know if it's that deep. I just like the attention.
Okay.
I'd be like, look who's texting me now. What's up, shorty? I promise you're the only one for me, baby.
What about you, Bentley?
Probably just, I didn't even care if we both agreed on it. Just when the story's like a little mean to you. Yeah. She's just a little mean to you. You
Like
know?
she slaps you in bed.
Whoa, no, physically. Just like kind of like words. Like just she's with her words. She's kind of just like, you punk bitch. I'm saying, but like she's just like a little rude to you. Like her comebacks are there, and like you know whatever.
You let a girl call you bitch?
That's what I was about to say. Unpopular opinion.
You know what I'm saying? Just like
that.
Yeah,
like comebacks. Just like
I think to elaborate on that, like mean, like kind of like mean out in like public, but nice to you in person.
Whoa,
not like out in public, like oh, it's like she's a straight bitch in public.
You a kinky ass motherfucker.
That's
like,
crazy. He wants her to think like act like he ain't there in public.
Like resting bitch face, like nobody's gonna come up and talk to you. Or like because like, that's your bitch, like you know.
No, yeah, so that's what I said. I like her mean to other people, but you like her mean to you?
No. I feel like
that's what you guys said.
Whatever, but I'm just saying
backpedaling.
No, I mean it more on that way, but at the same time, I mean she is like a little mean. I mean I take it as a little spicy, like you know.
See, one thing I will say is I think like if she calls a man a bitch, like there's like low-key.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know. There's some like irreparable damage.
Low-key, she wasn't raised right if she calls a grown ass man a bitch.
You know, like I see that clip on Love Island. Like how that shit been go viral lately.
Recently, I haven't seen this season.
I see the clip where the girl was like,
I'd seen that.
Yeah, so this girl, she's like gets basically like fucked over or something, and she's like, "Oh, that's why you're a pussy ass bitch," and just goes in on bro. And I was like, yeah, if it were me, I wouldn't look back. I'd be like, peace. And it's just an ego thing of like, bro, you're not gonna talk to. I would never.
I didn't mean bitch. Yeah. I just meant like, she got comebacks. Okay.
No, I feel you. Like
I didn't know this whole.
So you're saying
thing was going down.
You want a girl to be like quick with it?
She's just quick with it. You know, she can take a little joke. I'm, you know, Bucci like that too. He cracks jokes. You know.
Oh yeah, I'm a shit talker.
There you go.
I need someone I can be able to talk
shit.
shit.
Come back with it too is cool.
But you have to be able to come back with it. If you can't, you just get upset. Then I'm like,
yeah. And then she's all soft. Oh,
so
I still love you, girl. Come on, we was joking. I thought we was joking.
Yeah, just like not
and
overly
then
nice.
Get too far sometimes. You're just like, oh.
I'm guilty.
Yeah.
I hit the fucking the Benjamin fucking Franklin a couple times, and I'll be saying some stupid shit.
I don't know. And at the same time, they're also red flags, and sometimes you can overlook those red flags until it becomes too much.
And they bite you in the ass. Like they bite you in the ass.
That's the funny thing. It's a red flag, but hey, sometimes it be turning niggas on.
Hey,
why is that though? Like why?
And that's it's like that for girls too. Like girls have red flags.
They do like,
hey, why do people drink?
Yeah,
why do people smoke cigarettes?
We like shit that's bad for us.
Yeah, it's fucking bad for you.
It's degeneracy.
Some people love it.
We're all degenerates.
But how do you feel like when you see your boy with like a red flag? Are you just like, oh man, what's he doing?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But it's like he likes that.
I get second man embarrassment. I'm like, that's not my homie.
Yeah,
I don't know this guy. I try to tell him. Believe me.
That's how I feel about you when I'm out with you, man. I'm like,
God damn it.
That's how I feel about you.
Hey now.
He said, hey,
no.
That's too close.
Hey now.
No. But how many more red flags can you really have? Because I feel like there's.
I think I'm a walking red flag.
How deep is a red flag? Like how deep is the red? You know?
I think there are plenty of like red flags, like bad red flags.
Because there's some faded red, but how deep true red? Like does it have to be?
If a woman would lie on you or lie on like anyone she loves or something like that, bro, that's a huge red flag. What
and that's not the kind that we like.
Certain accountability issues are huge red flags. Like if you can't just see where you're wrong in a situation, you just
the argument just can't end. Like there's no wrong, right or wrong.
Someone always
and it always has to be a reason why you did this or something like. There's things that are red flags, you know, like there are universal red flags.
You can't let it slide, you know what I mean?
But there are some things where it's like, it's tolerable. Like everybody, you can't expect everybody to be perfect. We said it last week. Like you can't expect everybody to be perfect. You have to know that like, you know, somebody's going to have their irritability. You're going to get irritated
like
by
what you
someone.
find like attractive about them is like their little whatever they got going on, you know? They could be whatever. And you're just like, oh, you know? Whatever. But to you though, that's you though, you know what I'm saying?
And I feel like what's truly like what tests if you love somebody is not what you enjoy of them. It's like how much you can like still see the flaws
and still see with them.
Still see the bad parts and still be like, all right, well, I still want to make it work.
How hard you can get hit.
Yeah.
Get back up. It's about how hard you get back up and you keep getting hit.
It's also remember the Titans shit, I guess. Yeah. But like, I'd be feeling that way. Like where it's like,
hey, love
that's
is a battle, baby.
Yeah.
Love is
it's not meant to be easy. If it's too easy, it's probably something that you don't know.
Highway.
Yeah.
you're either naive or you're getting your ass is getting cheated on. Like,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's the
Oh,
wife.
nah,
Never. Have I been cheated
no.
on? I don't think I have.
Hey, speaking about cheating real quick, just real quick. Who cheats better, men or women?
Honestly, I'd say women.
Do they?
I ain't gonna
I'd say
lie.
women. Men be getting caught way too easily.
Yeah,
Men
men
brag.
are retarded.
They go tell the
Men are
boys, and the
stupid.
boys just.
Men be getting caught too easily, and women they be taking that shit down. Too.
I feel
They
like that's a
do, huh?
viral.
Those sneaky bitches.
I feel like I feel like that's hella viral conversation of like women cheat better, and I feel like I don't think it's like men or women. I just think like it's to do about the characteristics of the person. I will say, but I do feel like
I think women can get pretty slimy.
I feel like women can get away with it a little more because guys will overlook certain things that like there's certain things that wouldn't be normal if a guy was doing these things, but for a girl, like, oh, if you and your friends got like into a section or went to an after party, like, oh no, that's normal. Like you know, girls will fall into something and it'd be more normal. Whereas like if it's a guy, like the girl will like be tripping, like, who? Yeah. What are you doing? Why are you staying so? Because it's like we don't get in for free to shit. We don't get like certain things. So I do think
there's
like
a lot of people that stand for everything or stand for nothing. Like like there's a lot of people will stand on shit. Like there's a lot of guys don't be wanting their girls to go out to like clubs or sex. Like guys be tripping on shit like that, like hella hard. Like
no,
it really just
Bro, my girl ain't going nowhere
it really
without
just
my
depends
permission.
on like who you are as a man. Like,
nah, I'm playing.
but I don't know. I think that women be cheating. They like I don't know. I think that there's like how you said to touch on what you're saying. There's a lot of shit that's normalized. So given there's a lot of shit that's normalized, like they're like they can get away with a lot more shit. Like, oh, I was just doing this, like, and then expect you just to brush it off or some shit. Like, no.
I've seen my fair share of women cheaters, dog.
no, and I feel like that's the thing for guys is a lot of times people don't understand.
And it hurts just as much as like if she just hugged somebody else. You know, it's like, what the hell you doing hugging some motherfucker? You know what I'm saying?
And I think what's horrible too is like as single, when you're single, it's not the shit that you see as a taken man, but it's the shit that you saw as a single man, like or the shit that you did, or where you'd be like, damn, that shit's slimy. Like this shit could be happening, like type shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? As a single man, you think that shit couldn't be you until you got in a relationship, and then you love her, and you're like, damn, I believe this
to all the
story
single men
about.
out there, don't be scared. Get out there. Don't be shy. It's gonna happen regardless, but take it like a man.
And that's another thing. I'll be honest. Like, what are you guys' thoughts on this? Like, cheating. Some people forgive it. Some people think it's work through.
Man, cheating is bad.
I don't know if I can work through it. I don't think I can.
It's
I think I'm
hard.
done. So if some shit like that happens, I think I'm just all right. No hard feelings. Scot free. You have a good life. I'm doing my thing.
You ain't taking her back. She's sorry. Chris, I'm sorry.
Loved you.
No.
I loved you.
Past tense for a reason. You know, I think that's how I am.
It's over. Hasta la vista.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want her to take me back
Hasta la
either.
vista, Cito
Honestly.
ejecto on your bitch ass.
Yeah.
So forget about it, good.
Yeah.
No, but we were just talking about red flags. So let's get into the next topic. What is something that instantly will give you an ick about a person? And it could be even,
Just
it doesn't
about
have
a
to be
person?
a relationship. It could be just a person, but what's something that instantly gives you an ick? It's just like, damn.
That one's tough.
When people be chewing with their mouth open.
Yeah, okay, I can see that one. I can see that one.
Kendrick be watching this.
Oh, dude.
It's kind of crazy.
Kev goes in on K-Dot about that. I'm like, bro, relax. You know you
be
would.
doing Hey, he be doing it?
But sometimes you just accept your people
What's
for who
up,
they are.
Perkins? Why you like this? No, it's crazy. That's
You
crazy.
know why he like that, but
Oh, I don't know. But that's a
That's a
crazy
good
one.
question.
Nah,
Very good question.
I think something that instantly gives me an ick is, I don't know, just being inconsiderate or something. Like just thinking that my life.
I think for like
Gotta revolve
acquaintances
around
or human beings in general, someone who lies
Yeah.
or like throws sauce on everything they say is just like immediately like, I just want to slap your ass. Like they say like some outlandish ass shit.
Like the story's
like
too
lying on your
crazy.
name?
No, like
Yeah.
we fucking grew up with this one guy, bro. I'm not gonna name no names, but if you know who this guy is, I'm sure you know. But the motherfucking guy just, bro, was 16 years old. Yeah, fuck. My uncle just gave me like 20 grand. Oh shit, that's what's up, bro. What are you gonna do with
compulsive
it?
ass liars.
Yeah, bro, like some crazy shit. Just like, oh damn, that's crazy. And then he doubles down and keeps making it even crazier.
Yeah.
That shit irks my soul. And I'm not like one to judge or like not like call you a liar, but I mean some shit I could maybe be calling like call bullshit, but prove it or something. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know, but if you can't prove it, sorry. That shit irks me. For women, it's different.
Bro, why are you pocket watching? If you got 20 bands, you got 20 bands.
I mean, sure, yeah, whatever. But like, I mean, there were signs that the kid was lying. That's all. Like,
No, I feel that one. I feel that.
but fucking, and that's like, I totally made that story up, type shit. But there's stories like that, like
He said
shit.
I totally made that.
But like stories
This
like
is
that
a
where
liar,
you're like, fuck, he tells you some crazy shit. And you're like, oh damn, okay, like conversation. Then he just like rats himself out that he's lying. Like, oh damn, that's great. That's what's up though.
I don't know. Exposes himself.
The older I get, there's certain just conversation topics that just give me the ick. Like if somebody's trying to be too boastful about like certain like things like money they made or like things they've done or something's like, whoa, like great. Like it's one thing if you have like a mutual interest, you guys are talking about certain things or you guys are like having that, but I just hate a guy who just be like,
very boastful.
Oh, I see that shirt you got. Yeah, no, I know his cousin. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing if like they're talking to you and you're like, they're like, yeah, no, I love this guy. Yeah, then say that you know his cousin. But like, bro, like conversation wise, don't just like insert.
You hate a one-upper?
Yeah.
One-upper. I hate a one-upper. I'm like nobody fucking asked you.
Yeah.
I don't like somebody who like tries to give you more like for example, like when we were doing the podcast, I tell people about the podcast and then they see the podcast, bro, now you guys got to do this and you guys got to do this and you guys got to do. I'm like, dude, relax. You think like we already don't know? Like you already think we're not in the fucking talks about this?
Like they just woke up and had a premonition.
Exactly.
And
I promise you if you do this. Yeah, I don't know what you would call that, but it's like they try to just give you more information of shit you already like.
Shout out to the support.
Exactly.
No, for sure. Like we don't know what we're doing.
No, and that's one thing I'll say for sure. No ideas or anything, like we welcome them with open arms.
Yeah.
But to come through, like at least do a little research. I hate when somebody, bro, you got to chop them up, make them smaller clips. It's like, bro, have you checked our TikTok and Instagram, bro? Like,
exactly.
Or certain like things like, or even if they'll like talk about certain things like, oh, you should have posted that clip. And it's like, bro, we did post. Not like
but not even about the podcast, but like something about like something you're doing in general, you know what I'm saying? Then they just have to, oh yeah. And they don't know shit about it. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. You probably watched one little fucking 5-minute reel on something that I'm talking about. You want to give you 2 cents in.
Yeah, and I think it all comes down to like contents. If you're talking, like actively having a conversation about that already, like somebody's asking you about the podcast, you're telling them, oh yeah, we've been dealing with this, and you want to give me your feedback on what we're talking about, great. But like if somebody just hits you up, like bro, or like, you know, hit you up about random things like, oh, and like just tell you what you should do rather when it's like, bro, it was unsolicited advice. Like,
and it's always like some randoms too, like when I will be out and about, I'm like, oh,
randoms that you haven't talked to since fucking like 2003.
Yeah, and if you're like the homie or somebody and you're watching this, like, you know, if you've talked to us about advice, we take that shit serious.
I'm not talking about that.
We're talking about literally somebody who just, I haven't seen since high school. They walk up to me like, bro, that little podcast is cool. You think about getting Joe Rogan on? And it's like, bro, fuck. Like, you're getting ahead of yourself, dog. I can't get Joe Rogan today. I want to get there.
I never said I was huge. I never said I was on fucking Telemundo. I'm just fucking trying to do this.
It's a slow grind.
That's another thing I low-key hate is somebody, that gives me an ick about somebody if they like give you subtle, like if they subtly talk down on you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how is like that, you know, little shit. How's your little job going?
They get their little punches.
Like, how's your little job going? Or like, oh, you still doing that little shit? Like, you know, they just.
Yeah.
You still with that little bitch?
Yeah. But downplaying everything you got, it's just like, damn. But you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I could be taking pride in this shit. You guys are over here just telling me, you get what I'm saying? Like, shit. I try to change that. Like, if I talk to anybody, I try not to accidentally downplay anything because I just see that, like, how it happens in certain things about, like, work or this or that. Like, oh,
that's facts.
You got that little promotion? It's like, dog, it's little to you? Dog, I thought I did well. Like, shit, that sucks.
Working my whole life for that shit.
Exactly. Yeah, I put in the time.
I'm out here fighting for my life.
It always sucks fucking when you're expressing yourself and your accomplishment or something like that, or not even an accomplishment or just something random, and there's always somebody go one up you.
Yeah. Or like, I wish that happened to me. Yeah. Like, you're just like, fuck, bro, can't enjoy it, dog, can I? Like,
that's Mario.
My bad.
Mario always be saying that.
My bad.
Like, I wish that was me.
Nah, my bad. Let me bring you up with me, dog. Like,
nah, I just be like, damn, I I love me some French fries too. I never had them before. It's crazy.
Be like, you
Wish
went
I
to
had
that
some
restaurant? Damn, wish I had
some
an
French
invite. You can't let me enjoy the restaurant, Mario?
They don't want to see me shine.
They don't want to ever see me shine.
Could at least ask for it to go.
Nah, but I got, one last question for y'all. Has there ever been a time where you've ever had to pretend that you weren't hurt?
That's funny.
Like injured?
It could be mentally, physically.
I'll tell you what, I got one that it was like my first experience straight up. I was 6th grade. I'm not gonna lie to you. Straight up, dude.
This one stuck with you, huh?
It's fuck because this is like the first time I really because you're not supposed to cry as a boy the whole 9, So I remember I was like hurt, bro. Like my heart, my head was hurting the whole 9. You know what I mean? Your nuts started. You're just going through it, bro. You don't know what the fuck. So I remember I was dating, and this is like some dumb middle school like date shit, So I was dating this bitch, this girl. She's a cool girl.
6th grader's a bitch.
6th grade.
She did you.
And it was on some dumb shit. Broke up with my dumb ass. Fucking goes and dates my best friend, and I didn't know nothing about this. So that next morning I pull up and they're making out hard. I'm like, what? And I was just like, oh my corazoncito, bro. Straight up. And I remember I was like, damn. And I walked off and
immediate heartbreak.
Immediate heartbreak. I remember a little tear was coming. I was like, oh, bring it back. And I just kept walking. I remember the fool was running towards me trying to hey, Aaron, I was like, bro, have your business. You know what I mean? I just was like, oh, have yours, dog. It's all good. Come fucking first period, I fucking had to go to the bathroom. Probably let some tears out in the bathroom.
No, I won't say cry, but something similar happened to me in McCaffrey. There's this girl, she came to my birthday party. She kissed me, everything, bro.
Yeah, a kiss.
I was feeling good.
Yeah.
I come back to McCaffrey, and my old homeboy, back then he wasn't my homeboy, but my boy Bucci, bro.
Oh, the Magoo's drink.
At lunch, fucking puts his arm around her. I'm looking at it what the fuck? They're just talking. And then he starts holding her hand. He starts walking with her. So I'm like, fuck it. I go to class, And we're leaving school. And this one grabs her hand again, walks her home from school, starts kissing her in front of me type shit. I'm just like, I look at it. I'm like,
I was like, Chris, want to see something?
yeah, nah. I was pissed,
man.
bro. Because we had the same 4th period class, me and Bucci. He knew
Chris,
that girl was trying to feel on the kid, and he just had to do me dirty like that.
Damn.
But I sat there and took it to the chin. I was like,
to this day, huh?
Shout out to that girl. She was my first kiss.
I'm sure life treated her well.
Shout out to her.
Oh man, middle school was fun. I'll tell you what.
I think I had the most embarrassing moments of the.
Oh shit! K3 does have.
Listen to this
one. The one when I was.
He didn't even pretend he wasn't hurt.
Oh man, when I was in middle school, man, I took a photo. I was trying to talk to this one.
He was in his Buzz Lightyear
No,
Disneyland hoodie.
Nah, bro, I was in my LRG shirt and my gray shorts and my gray Converse.
His crew shirt with his
gray pick from back then too.
His gray crew shirt with his gray matching cargo pants and his gray Converse.
That was the fucking style back in the day. Don't fuck with the kids.
And his Jerry curl.
The Sean John
Yeah,
glasses.
yeah. That was the movement back in the day. That was my movement. But no, I actually did that shit. I don't know what was going into.
So what happened? You haven't gotten. So what happened?
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
when I was in 8th grade, bro, I walked
grade,
up to this one bitch that I was really just had the fattest crush on her. Just a fat ass group of fucking people, 20 fucking people in this fucking circle. And I was just like, I fuck with you, I fuck with you. She was like, I'm not explaining the whole thing.
He's not explaining nothing.
I was like, I'll
put it down, bro. He said,
I was like,
you're over here running around with all these guys who don't treat you well. I'll treat you so well. Bro was giving her the whole Telemundo exclusive. Let's call it what it is. Bro,
I was going
everything you
deep,
want, I could give you. Everything you need,
bro.
I could give you.
in front of a bunch of
and I ain't never gonna stop loving you.
Bro, there's 30 of us just circled around and watching this all commotion. We're
and he's
just
speaking pretty
I
loud.
was fucking speaking, bro. And then I forgot what she said. She was like, I don't even fuck with you like that. And I was just like, I all right. Just fucking walked away. Oh man, that is
I wasn't really expecting that.
I was like, all right then, and just fucking walked off, and I was like, damn, I felt like I got a fucking knife to my heart. I was like, fuck. I was like, now fuck that bitch though.
What about Leatherbees?
Yeah, I'm about to say, what about the Leatherbees?
Oh man, I tried to ask a girl out to the prom one time.
What grade was this? It was like junior year.
Was it junior year?
Sophomore year?
Junior year, you had to ask her to prom, bro. You were
Yeah, I
junior.
tried to ask a girl to prom, and then she said yes to me, and then she texted me.
She said yes when we were in a group of setting.
And
then as soon as this fool went home, she's like,
yeah, she's like, I'm so sorry, but I can't go with you. And I was like,
I'm gonna be going with somebody else. And K3 was like, I don't care, fuck that bitch. I was like,
What a bitch, for real? Damn.
Hey, that whole summer Kev was playing. Was that song by Drake that was off that album? Oh my God. Oh my God. If I die, I'm a legend.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Hey, sometimes you gotta act like you ain't hurt, but you hurt, you know?
no, that shit happened to me multiple times in high school. Like, I remember times where kids on the football team would not take a girl, but I'd stop talking to a girl. They start talking to him, and I'd just be sitting there just like acting like I don't see it, but the whole time I'm just thinking about it like, oh, I'm gonna get her back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, even physically getting hurt. Like, I remember the fucking time that me and Mario's antagonistic as fuck if you can't tell. And we're in football and we're in a blocking drill. And I low-key get the best of him in that drill. So as we're walking back, Bucci, he's like, man, fuck Chris. And he comes and he hits me like from the back. I'm not even noticing. He hits me. Lays me out. So I get up and I'm like, I start pushing him and everything. And he's pushing me back, whatever. My pinky gets stuck in this helmet. And that shit, he just yanks his head and my pinky just fucked up. And I was like,
He was hella crying.
I did not cry. Come on.
They're like, Torger's in, runs on laps. He's like, but it was him. I was
Fuck
just
the
like,
passion. What's a more recent, more present time where you had to act like you're hurt, but you weren't hurt?
I'd say
never.
work for sure.
I wake up and eat my feelings.
Work humbles you, bro. Like, there'll be certain shit where you should have known better. Not should have known better, but like once like you hit the speed bump, you're like, damn, now I know what to look out for. So it should have been right in front of you, but you didn't know what to look out for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, there'll be certain shit where it just, damn, I'm like a perfectionist, not perfectionist, but I really try to expect a lot of myself or something. Like, I don't want to get somebody to have to tell me like, oh yeah, you could have improved this. Like, I'd rather not have that.
I can see it in
conversation.
work because I mean, fucking me personally, there's been some times where I come with some idea about this, or implement something that's the kind of idea, and then they'd be like, what the fuck's idea was this? I'd be like, yeah, I don't know. That's fucking retarded. Like,
oh, no, that's a perfect example. When you say you have an idea, like, even shit at the podcast, I'll come with an idea I think is like fire as fuck, and Bucci would just be like, that shit fucking sucks. And I'll just be like, no, yeah, that shit sucked.
I keep it a buck.
No, but
like if you are wearing a tag on the back of your jeans because you think you look like you have purple jeans on, and you think you're fitted up, you gotta go step and pull some huzz. I'm gonna straight up sit you down and say, brother, take that fucking tag off.
Man, those people are whack.
if you guys had some context, this would be a lot funnier.
No, I'll give you some context.
No.
Kevin, we were, was it All-Star Weekend?
Bro was hating on the boy.
Was it All-Star Weekend?
Bro was hating on the boy.
Just one weekend.
Okay, it was a weekend in East Oakland in the trenches, dog. We're at the homie Chris's house, and fucking we're getting out. Were we off shrooms? I'm pretty sure we're off shrooms.
I don't know.
No, we're just chilling.
Okay, we were just high. Fucking the boy Kev pulls up drippy, some pants kind of similar to Aaron's.
Yeah.
He had a cool little fit on. He's hella feeling himself in the mirror. He's like, oh yeah, this shit's hard. He's like, fucking with these pants though? He turns around and he's got like a fat ass tag on it. They said like fucking, I don't even know, like Goodfellas or some shit on it. Like,
said Kindred or some shit. I forgot what it
pretty much. He thought it looked sick, and we told him those aren't purple jeans, bro. Take the tag off.
I was like, nah,
what was funny was
my swag.
What was funny is Mario
swag.
goes straight into hate on him. So Kev be like, no, even Chris said that these are cool, huh, Chris? I turned and
Chris
looked at
is
him. I was like, damn, that shit's fire. And then Bucci's like, really? I'm like, Fuck no! We just started dying laughing.
Long story short, he pulled the tag off.
Yeah, he took it off and he said we were
Bullied
fake.
his ass.
He said we were
Bullying
fake
is not
friends.
okay, but this guy could take it. We know that fact. And that was another episode of Unquestionable, the podcast, boys. If you enjoyed this episode, if you fuck with anything we said, or if you downright just disagreed with it, comment.
Still comment.
And everyone
Tell us that you
say
hate
how
us.
much they hate Kevin, myself, Aaron, or Chris.
No, definitely.
Live from LA.
No, definitely. We love y'all. Like he said, like, comment, subscribe, and tune in next week. We'll be back. Bang.
Yes, sir.